Hello dear students, welcome back again to Chinmoyee's biology channel. So today we are here with the first lesson of CBSE 8 science. So that is crop production and management. So this one will be full in English. I have already recorded one in Hindi. So if you want that, you can go through that also. So let us start with today's episode without further delay. So what are the learning objectives of today's lesson? The learning objectives is we are going to learn about the types of crops, we are going to learn about the agricultural practices, we are going to learn about the methods of preparing the soil and as well as the methods of sowing. So in the next episode, we will be learning about the different methods of irrigation. We will learn about the different practices which are used in the large scale agricultural methods and how the harvesting is done and how the storage is done. So that will be there in the next class. So if you want to know about the next lesson also, next class also, so you need to subscribe to my channel. You need to stay tuned, stay updated with all the videos which I am posting, updating with you. So don't forget to subscribe. Please do subscribe and please go through the lessons which I am posting. So let's get started with today's episode. So now we are here with your first lesson, that is crop production and management. So what is here? Now here, like you all are enjoying your summer vacation, Paheli and Bujo, they also went to their uncle's house during the summer vacation. So one day they saw what? They saw khurpi, they saw the sickle, shovel, plough in the field, and they asked question to their uncle that what are these tools used for? So his uncle told that plants, they can prepare their food by themselves, but can we prepare food for ourselves? So we need food for ourselves, and animals also need food for themselves for survival. So who give us the food? We get the food from the green plants who synthesize their own food. So there is a great need of crop production and agricultural practices. So here we are going to focus on that only in today's lesson. So these are the tools. We can say these are the tools like khurpi, sickle, shovel and plough. So these tools are generally used for we can say these tools are used for agricultural purposes. So let us continue with this lesson. So what are these agricultural practices which we are taking nowadays, and what were the previous that old practices which the farmers used in the earlier days? So we are going to compare and read everything. So we know that we need food, so food gives us energy, and that energy, for that energy, what we need to do, there are several processes which are going in our body, that is digestion, respiration, excretion and all. So these all are the processes which are taking place in our body, right? So we need to take food, and for that we need to produce crop. So we get our food from plants or animals. So if we are taking vegetables only, if we are veg, we take food from plants, and if we are non-veg, we take from animals also, or both. Now we can say that what are these in order to provide food to a large number of population, we can say that there must be a regular production of food, proper management of food, and distribution is very much necessary. So if this is not controlled, then we are not going to get food in large scale. So large scale production is actually necessary. So this food has to be produced on large scale to feed the whole population. Okay, so let us see what are the agricultural practices. So till 10,000 BCE, people were nomadic. So what does this term nomadic means? That people used to move from one place to another. They used to lead a nomadic life. Now they were not they were wandering in groups from place to place in search of food as well as shelter. They ate raw fruits and vegetables. They started hunting animals, and they later on they started cultivating food in their land, that is wheat and other food crops. So like that the term agriculture was born, right? So like that the term agriculture came into existence, and then only we are carrying from that 10,000 BC only, we are also doing this agricultural practices, right? So what are crops? When the plants of the same kind are cultivated at one place on large scale, it is called a crop. So when it is cultivated at a large scale, that is called a crop. So these are the definitions you should learn for your exam, so they can ask you that what is a crop. Now crop means wheat, like all plants grown in the same field are of wheat plant only, so that is wheat. Now we already know several types of crops are there, different types of crops like cereals, vegetables, fruits and all. They can be classified on the basis of several seasons they are being produced. So India is a vast country, it is having variety of temperature, humidity, rainfall and all. So we can say that this temperatures, they vary from one region to another. So according to this, we can say that there are two varieties of crops mainly in different parts of the country. We can see first one is the Kharif crop, and the second one, we can say the first one is the Kharif crop, that is, it is grown in the rainy season and it is called the Kharif crop. Generally paddy, maize, soyabean, groundnut, these are all Kharif crops. Okay. And what are Rabi crops? Rabi crops which are grown from the season of winter, that is October to March. So these are wheat, gram, pea, mustard and linseed. So beside these, pulses and vegetables are also grown in summer at many places. So there are basic practices of crop production, right? So why paddy is not grown in winter season? Because paddy requires a lot of water. So paddy is grown in rainy season, so that's why it is a Kharif crop. So why paddy is not grown in winter season? If a question is asked to you all, so what you will do, you will answer that it is a Kharif crop, it is grown in rainy season, June to September, because it needs a lot of water. So let us see. Now these are the agricultural practices. So what are the agricultural practices? First of all, preparation of the soil is needed, sowing is needed, then adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, how the process of irrigation should be. Next comes the protecting from the weeds, next harvesting, next storage. So after you are harvesting the crops, they should be stored properly, right? So if they are not stored properly, what will happen? They will rot, or they will surely the crops will be damaged. So it should be stored properly. Now we are here, we will start with the preparation of the soil. Okay, so how the soil is prepared, we should know first when the soil is produced, first of all the preparation of soil is we can say that it is the most important task in agriculture, to turn the soil and to loosen it. That is, more you loosen the soil, the roots will penetrate deep into the soil, and this loose soil, they allows the roots to breathe easily when they go deep into the soil. So why does the loosening of the roots help in breathing easily? Because the earthworms and the microbes, which are the friends of the farmers, they grow in the soil and they are adding more humus to the soil, and they are helping the soil to become more fertile. Okay, so we have already learned in previous classes that soils are having minerals, water, air and some living organisms. In addition to that, we know that dead plants and animals also get decomposed in the soils by certain soil organisms, and in this way various nutrients in the dead organisms are also released back in the soil, and these nutrients are again absorbed by the plant. So this is the process how which the soil is made more fertile, or the soil is being prepared for the sowing of the seeds. So this is the previous method of sowing the seeds. Is it clear? Now we will move on to the process how the seeds are being sown in the soil. So that we will read in the next slide. Okay. Now, since only a few centimeters of the top layer of the soil it's being loosened, the soil is being nutrient rich now. They use the nutrients to for the growth of the plant, and turning and loosening of the soil is very important for the cultivation of crops. And what is this called? This process is, what is it called? It is called the tilling or ploughing. So this process of loosening and turning of the soil is called tilling or ploughing. So this is called tilling or ploughing, and this is done with the use of a plough. So plough is a tool. So we have seen earlier, so they were asking their uncle that what is plough, what is these and all. So ploughs are made up of wood. We will see the structure of the plough in the next slide. So if the soil is very dry, it may need watering before ploughing, because in dry soil the plough will not work properly, so it needs water. And when the field is soft, the big clumps of the soil are being broken down into a smooth and loosened soil. So these are called crumbs. So this ploughed field may have big clumps and crumbs, and it is necessary to break these crumbs, right? So it is very much necessary to break these crumbs, and leveling of the field is necessary, and it is beneficial for sowing as for irrigation and leveling of the soil. Now sometimes manure or fertilizers are being added to the soil before tilling, and this helps for proper mixing of the soil and the manure, and the soil is moistened before sowing. So before sowing the seed, the soil should be moistened, or else you can't sow a seed in a dry soil. At home also, if you are having a pot where you want to plant seeds, first you need to moisten the soil, then you need to with the help of a tool, you need to loosen the soil, break the crumbs, and then you can sow the seed. The same thing is happening in the large scale also, when you are breaking the crumbs, and in a big field also the process of cultivation will be the same, but it is used in large scale, and here it is in agricultural purposes, it is done in large scale, whereas in home you are doing in small scale, right? So what are the agricultural implements? We will see now. So before sowing, we have told it is necessary to break the clumps of the soil, and it is the plough, hoe and cultivator are the tools which are used for this purpose. So this is a plough, this is a plough, this is a plough which is being used. The cow is actually it is pulling the plough, and this is the beam, this one is the beam, this one is the plough shaft, okay, this one is the plough shaft, and this one is the plough share. So these are the parts of a plough. Okay, so next this, it is actually previously it was we can say that it was used in removing the weeds also, and turning the soil or loosening the soil also, and this was mainly pulled by a pair of bulls or animals like horses and camels, and it is having a strong triangular strip. We have seen in the diagram, right? It is having a strong iron strip on the top, which is called the plowshare. Okay, it is called the plowshare, and the main part of the plow is a long log of wood which is called the plow shaft. So this long shaft is called the plow shaft, and there is a handle at one end of the shaft, and the other end is attached to the beam, which is placed on the bull's neck. So one of the bulls is a man, and a man can easily operate the plow. So the man it is generally maintaining the direction on which the bull should go, and the plow is being fixed on the bull's neck, and the bull is pulling the plow, and the man is helping him to find the direction. Okay, the indigenous wooden plow is increasingly being replaced by iron nowadays. So wood is being replaced by iron nowadays. Now this hoe is also another simple tool which is used in removing the weeds and for loosening the soil. It has a long rod of wood and an iron, and the strong broad bent plate, it is somewhat which also one of it having in one of its ends, and it works like a blade. It is pulled by animals. So same as that of plow, this is also, it is put on the it is pulled by the horse, camel or bull. So it is also having one sharp end, that is bend plate. This one is a sharp end, it is having a handle, it is having a grip, and this one is a beam. So this is also having the same purpose of a plow. So what is a cultivator? Nowadays it is a tractor driven instrument. It is a tractor driven instrument, and the use of cultivator, it saves labor as well as time. Right, so these are the agricultural practices which are used to prepare the ground of leveling the field first. Then comes sowing. So we have told that we should prepare the field by watering, by breaking the crumbs and all. Then we start sowing. So by sowing the field seeds, what we can do, we should first of all we should just sow good quality of seeds, right? The selection of seeds must be very good. So you can see your mother at home, she puts the grams in a vessel, and pour some water on them. So after a few minutes, some seeds, they start to float. Why they start to float? Because they are not the good ones. So the bad seeds, they start to float. Okay, so like this also we can select the seeds, right? So take a beaker. So this is an activity you can do. Take a beaker, fill it with water, put a handful of wheat seeds and stir well. Wait for some time. So we will see the lighter seeds will be floating, and the heavier will obviously they will sink. So the damaged seeds will be lighter as they are hollow, and they'll float. And this is a good method of separating the healthy seeds from the damaged ones. So the hollow and the lighter seeds will float. Okay. Now before sowing, one of the most important tasks is to select the tools for sowing, right? So today we will study till sowing only. So the next methods of irrigation we will be studying in the next class, right? It will be more for us in one class. So in the next class we will be studying about the methods of irrigation. So what are the traditional tools? The tools used traditionally for sowing seeds are it is shaped like a funnel. So the seeds are filled in the funnel. They are passed through the funnel through a pipe with the sharp ends which pierce the soil, and seeds are placed in that. You can see here it is the tool by which the seeds were sown. It is a traditional tool. So now how the seeds are being sown, we will see that also. Now this is seed drill. So nowadays seed drill is used for sowing. It is uniformly spreading the seeds in equal distance. It is fitted at the end of the tractors. It is putting the seeds in equal distance as well as in equal depth. It ensures that the seeds are covered after sowing, and this protects the seeds from being eaten by birds. Now sowing is it is actually saving the labor also, and it is saving the time also by this method. Now there are several things. It is being in small green boxes. It has been told that there is a nursery near my house. I found little plants were kept in small bags. Why they are kept like this? So this we can tell that seeds of few plants such as paddy were first grown in the nursery. So we can see that paddy plants, small seedlings are planted in the field. Not this paddy plantation is not with the help of seeds. The seeds are being in a nursery. They are grown into proper seedlings, and these seedlings are then sowed in the field for the large scale development of paddy. So this is very important. Seeds of few plants such as paddy are first grown in nursery. When they grow into seedlings, they are transplanted into the field manually, and some forest plants and flowering plants are also grown in this way. So this is all for today's episode. Next class we will be studying about the fertilizers, about the manures, and about the different processes or methods of irrigation. So till then, stay tuned, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to share it with your friends, like, share, and press the bell icon so that whenever I am putting updates, you get the updates then and there. So please go through your lesson, read everything which I have taught till now, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.